Good morning, everyone. Oh, why do I bother? Why do I bother wearing a cap? Well, this will be a short video because it just came up on my phone, low battery. As you can see, I'm at CVS, but there's some good news. It didn't start off good. The technician went to go get the insulin and came back and said, "Did you know that it's over $600 for a 30-day supply?" I said, "Did you know?" I said to him, "Did you know that my insurance is supposed to cover like almost all of that?" And he says, "Well, I'll go run it through and come back." And he went and came back and said, "Nope, you're gonna have to pay that." I said, "I don't have over $600 to pay for that." My endocrinologist checked all of that and told me that my insurance would cover most of it. He said no, and he said he turned on his heels, and was going to put it back. And I said, "Could you come back?" So he came back. I said, "Could you tell me the status of the test strips?" So he looked and he said, "Well, they're still on order." I said, "Okay, could I please have a consult with one of the pharmacists?" So I had to step over to another window. It's not really a window. It's just a counter that has dividers, like banks do inside. But they have a little section that has frosted glass doors that say consult for COVID, for diabetes, for flu, for several different things that's listed. I wanted to go in there because there was a line behind me. And you don't want everyone to know your business. Or I don't. Only what I want to share with, like you. So I stepped over to this other section that says consult on top, and I had to wait. And the pharmacist came, and I'm trying to talk in a low voice. I said, "I'm diabetic," and I went through the whole thing, not being able to check my blood sugar since Sunday or Monday. I forgot now how long it's been. And he said, "Well, let me go get the insulin and run it through again." So he went and got it and ran it through. And he said that the technician didn't run it through my primary insurance, which would be like the, I always forget, the Medicaid or the Medicare. I forget which is my primary and which is my secondary. Anyway, he ran it through and it only cost me $4.60 for a 30-day supply. Okay, got that monkey off my back. Then I asked him about the test strips. He looked and said, "Well, they're on order." But I checked my health portal yesterday and today from my emailing back and forth with the endocrinologist and her nurse. I have it there where they sent the prescription for the test strips over the other day, like Monday or Tuesday. And then they also, I guess they start out sending things email. I don't really know, because then she said, "And we also faxed over the prescription." So fax is immediately. And they're telling me that they just ordered the test strips yesterday. The pharmacy did. So it's good to have this, but I can't take it until I check my blood sugar. That was another thing I was going to ask him if they do. To me, they would, because it says consult. I know they check your blood pressure, but the line behind me was growing, and I'm not feeling well. So I said, what did I say? Oh, he says, "Oh, go have a seat and I'll call you when the insulin is ready." I said, "Well, it is ready. The technician had already brought this bag out over to me, but told me it was 600 and something. And the pharmacist has it in his hand in front of me when he's running it through the insurance again. What does he mean when it's ready? I went and sat down and was waiting, and by that time you lose your place in line. Then he called me, and I went and I stood and I was waiting and waiting, and then he said, "Oh, I forgot I called you." So he had one of the other technicians go back to the refrigerator or cooler, whatever it is, you can see it back there, and get out the insulin. She comes back and she rings it up, and it was the $4.60. And then I says to her, now this is just the insulin. I said, I need the pen, to screw on the insulin. She didn't act like she knew what I was talking about, but that's what it's called, Quick Pen. The one I had with the Lantus was called Quick Pen. When they tried Ozempic last year, it was called Pen something, and I don't know. Anyway, she said, okay, go back over to the consult area, counter area, wait for the pharmacist. I went there, and I was waiting, and the pharmacist is, just a few feet in front of me. Of course, he was busy, but I was waiting, and then the technician comes back and says, actually, if you could move to the last area. Well, the last area didn't say consult. Forgot what it said. I moved there, and another pharmacist came, and he wanted to see this. This paper on the other side with my name and everything tells you how many units. I can only have up to 60 units a day, which I knew because the endocrinologist had told me that. However, this second pharmacist was very helpful. He said, you should have been given a chart from your endocrinologist or the discharge paper from your last appointment telling you that when you check your blood sugar and it's this amount, you will need this amount of insulin. And then when you check it later on in the day, if it's this amount, you will maybe need this much, but you cannot go over 60 units a day. That makes sense. He tried to print it out, but it didn't. It's just saying the same thing. It gives the name of the insulin and not max 60 units a day. So he says I have to call or email the doctor for that information, which I did before I called you, because he also said you're gonna need the pen. I know, to screw on the insulin on the pen and draw up your units. And I said, well, the endocrinologist said I could get a box of those cheaper at Walmart. He said, well, we sell them here. You buy them over the counter, and we sell 50 for about $10. But he said, we can bill it to your insurance if we have a prescription. And it may be cheaper for you, or even in some cases free. So get in touch with your endocrinologist and ask her to please send a prescription for that pen over here, and then we'll take it from there. So before I called you up, I went on my health portal and I let them know these two issues. I know some people will say, well, $10 for 50 pens is a deal, and it is, but that means I have to take $10 from something else to get that. I'm on very low income. My Social Security check that I get, I'm below poverty level because I didn't work a whole lot to pay in when they found out about the spinal cord disease and the brainstem disease, and I could no longer work. So I really do, of course, depend on God, but it is hand to mouth. And I know $10 for 50 pens is probably a good deal, but I'd have to take it from something else. It would have to be gas money, grocery money, and I need both of those. All my doctors are 22 miles away one way, and I have several upcoming doctor appointments. It's been so many doctor appointments since the gallbladder surgery. Not because of the gallbladder. That thing died inside of me, and it's been removed, and I don't know what they do with them after that. And I've been back to the surgeon already to check the sutures that are dissolving sutures, and everything was clean and healing. But because of the sepsis and the diabetes ketoacidosis, I've had to keep going back for blood work and urine work to check acid in the urine and proteins, and then the flare-up with the migraines to the neurologist. So it just, I cannot take $10 from my gas money budget to buy those pens for the insulin when there's a chance that the insurance will pay for it all or pay some of it. I have to use the resources that are available. And believe me, it's very humbling. You have to really swallow your pride, but it's just it's part of my life. I'm not going to say part of life, because everyone's part of life is different, but this is part of my life. So I wanted to get down here to CVS this morning because I would say about 11:30, that's like lunchtime. All these roads that I have to, any one of these roads that lead to CVS, it's nothing but traffic. I'm talking about backed up traffic, and it gets worse as the day goes on. And so I didn't want to be caught up in any of that. I wanted to get this out of the way, and thank God that, that one pharmacist, he didn't just leave the ball where the other technician had left it. The pharmacist ran it through again through the insurance, because I do not have $608 for insulin or for anything. We're coming down to the end of the month. But oh, what a relief that, I got that. And I'm sure everything else is going to work out. Now, excuse me. Now I'm off to the grocery store, which is another thing, I have to, like everyone has to plan and budget for. We'll see how I do there. I did a video this morning showing you the chicken yard, all that rain we got. Oh boy. Don't really like the rain now. All the mud and the puddles and everything, but come the hot summer, people appreciate it. I mean, I'm thankful for every drop of rain that we got, because I know how bad we're going to need it come the summer. So hopefully the water towers got a good dose of rain, and they just built a really big new water tower close to where I live. And I mean, it is huge. I meant to take pictures and little shorts of when they were building it, because it was really interesting to watch. Of course, I only saw it when I was at a red light or driving by, and if I could turn my neck quick, I could see the progress. But there's really no place to park there to get a picture. Maybe one day when I'm at a red light, I can take a picture, but it is huge. And right across from it is the former water tower, which is not as big as this one. I wonder if they're going to knock down the other one. And I'm sure the fishes in the lake are so happy we got all that rain. Let's see. There may be one part of the lake I could drive out to today, because, the one part where I take you for walks, I can't go to, because that path and probably the parking lot is like my chicken yard. But there's another part that I've taken you to before with all those picnic tables, and I call them cabanas. and they have the little grills there for people to cook. That is all road. You know, you drive through it, and I could maybe drive through it and either take pictures or show a little video of that part of the lake, but only if I've got to go up that way for something, because I'm going that way to the grocery store, and the lake part is that way, and I live that way. And I don't think yeah, I have nothing to do up that way today. That would be like the Laundromat way and General Dollar or Dollar General and Dollar Tree and Walmart, but I have nothing up there that I can think of. Oh boy, I didn't hardly sleep. And it would have been such a nice night to sleep, hearing that rain on the roof of the trailer. But most of the week I've been having some stomach trouble. I'm not having to be in the bathroom, but I'm just kind of like having a little upset stomach, and I don't know why. I thought that would be behind me once that gallbladder was out, but God knows. Okay, when I get home, I have quite a bit of cleaning to do because of the mud outside. You know, Sadie and Monster go out to go potty. I'm in and out, but I change shoes. I leave my chicken shoes outside. Well, they're not really chicken shoes. They're the fake red Crocs that I use to go in the chicken yard. I leave those outside. I'm not going to truck all that mess inside. All right. I think this is it. Lots of traffic in front of me. I wish I could show you. This is an intersection. Very busy intersection. Oh, still working on the wheel bearing. I did go to 2 garages for an estimate. Very expensive. So I did mention in a video that one of the landlord's handymen, who's also like a backyard mechanic, he told me if I buy the part, he would fix it for me. So I did go on Amazon. I made an Amazon account, not wish list, but I made an account. Because I remember there was another part that was going to be a lot of money from the store, and the landlord had bought it for me on Amazon on his account, and I paid him, and it was so much cheaper. And so I thought, well, I'll look on Amazon for the part, and I did, and it's like $35. I don't know about the shipping. Wheel bearing is not a big part. I don't think it's too heavy. So when I can, at least I have the Amazon account, and then when I can, I'll order that part, and then I'll see when he can put that on. And I said, well, how much do you want me to pay you for doing it so I can be putting money up? And he said nothing, but I'm not going to have him do that for nothing. I mean, it is work. They got to take off the tire. He has to take off the tire, the wheel. And when I had that one done, I had watched. And it's a lot of pulling and all that. And of course, I'll give him some fresh eggs towards that. But I'll give him some money too. You know, everyone can use some dough, as my grandmother used to call it. My Italian grandmother, I didn't know why she used to call money dough. Yep. So, I better let you go because the thing keeps coming up, low battery. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for listening. Bye.